Good morning, everyone. Let's get this bread. So, to start the day out, we just got unemployment claims. Those came 3,000 over what was forecasted. We have financial services PMI, 15 minutes in the market open, and then 30 minutes in the market open. We have ISM services PMI, so should see some volume right there off those. Then going on, we have Fed member speaking, factory orders, natural gas storage, and yet another Fed member speaking. Going on, looking at the charts. To start the day off, looking at the SPY, we're still kind of in this trading range I identified yesterday between about 567, 568, or let's say 569. We did kind of pop above that, but we are staying on the downside of this 13 EMA on the 4 hour, and looking at it on the 1 hour, still staying below the 48 EMA. There is a gap that needs to be filled now up to 69.37 or 69.40, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, that's kind of how we're starting out today. Oxy, this ended up running yesterday and then selling off the rest of the day, or selling off most of the day, and made kind of a recovery towards the end of the day, and now it's back on the up and up. Going on looking at Nvidia has crossed to be bullish on the 1 hour. We're still crossed up on the 4 hour, but one thing I would take note of is the fact that it looks like we have a potential supply zone right here. So just see how we kind of perform at this level. We could come a little above 122.50 or anywhere within this area right here and sell before selling off a little bit. But ultimately, we'll just have to see with that. Going on, looking at the Qs. The Qs still in the downtrend, still kind of trading in a range, kind of like they were yesterday. The range is mostly between this 482 and kind of this 479 level. But looking on the 1 hour chart, there is still a gap to be filled up to this 482 level, but that doesn't necessarily happen today. And we are trading below the 200, and we are trading below the 200 EMA on this. All right, so beware of that. Going on, looking at IWM kind of in a low range too. Looks like it's from about 218.20 to about 216. So yeah, that is the current range. There is a gap fill to about 217.70, so be on the lookout for that. Meta appears to have started some sort of downtrend. I'm not sure how strong it is, but it's a little downtrend on it. For now, this is said trend. They just got across of the EMAs to the downside on the 1 hour, so let's see how that holds up. Let's actually go to a 30 minute. They are currently testing a 30 minute 200 EMA, so we'll see how that goes. All right, going on looking at Apple. Right now, resistance for Apple is going to be around 227.50. Support appears to be around 224. So yeah, see how it does there. And then Tesla, we are looking pretty bearish on once again. We got across to the downside right now on the 1 hour. We got the 13 crossing below the 200, which is when you're below this 200, you're typically playing downside. And then looking at the 4 hour, we are just straight black candles on the 4 hour right now. I would ultimately expect us to come test somewhere in this area, maybe, come down here to this 237. If we're really lucky, we come down here and test somewhere in this 228 range, but we'll see. Just follow the momentum, and then if we see anything like one of these wicks right here, let's get out. AMD is trending down. We're crossed down on the 1 hour, but kind of held up at this 200 support. Looks like resistance for now is going to be about 121, and then support's looking like it's around 158. Last but not least, we got PayPal. It didn't do too much yesterday, but it came down, sold off to around 77, bounced back up, and now it looks like it's consolidating a little bit. So we'll see what it has to do. This was kind of my bias for it, but yeah, give it some time and see what needs to happen with that. And last but not least, looking at the Dixie, this thing is still kind of running up and trying to make new highs. So remember, as this goes up, stocks typically come down. So just be aware of that. Be sure to smash the like button. That is your watch list for the day, family. Let's get to the spread.